My name is Sean McDaniel. I'm the ER treasurer for the kingdom. I'm going to go ahead and go over this new report that we are supposed to do for 2026. There is an instruction tab in the report. I recommend read the entire instruction thing. If you don't, there is a lot of stuff you can mess up in this form. Thankfully, they have locked most of this form where you cannot break it. Trust me, I've tried. I spent 4.5 hours trying to break this form. And what I like about it is you'll notice on here under new ledger, it says unmatched by 120. And it tells you exactly where you have broke it, which is awesome.
It will appear in yellow.
Yes. All right. So the report I'm going to show y'all is the one that I have started up for Brad Lee. I will show y'all the one that Aaron made. Okay, cool. All right. So what I'm showing y'all is my group's report. If you'll put what your group is, the kingdom that you're part of, the state where you're located at, and the name of your group. You can change it over here for quarter 1, 2, 3, or 4. We all work in US dollars. This part you can't mess with, which is fine. Their report is quarterly. So all your information on the summary page is going to show quarterly. The old funds page is now down here on your summary page. So you'll go ahead and put your balance there. That'll show, and it'll pick everything where it should. At the end, you can see my group has 150 in assets because we've paid 2 site deposits that will get paid back to us after the sites are over with. Your next page is your Exchequer page. Not exactly sure why I'm in yellow, but whatever. I have my deputy, which is Astrid.
Your date is in the wrong format.
Oh, well, that would explain a lot. I'll fix that after this class. All right, financial committee. Click over there, stupid. There we go. It used to have 3 options up here. They've limited it to 2. My group does the Seneschal, Exchequer, and all paid members in good standing at the business meeting. So that alleviates having to have 5 people down here. If your group wants to have 5 people down here, all they've got to do is click on the next portion of it, and it will be the specified officers. On your budget page, you have to put your
ones on that.
Do what?
What were the other drop downs on that top field?
So you've got the one we go with, which is Seneschal, Exchequer, and all paid members, or Seneschal, Exchequer, and other officers specified below. So if you want to have specifically these 5 people be your financial committee, then you can do that.
The drop down up.
Can we have one person talk at a time, please?
Okay. What are you saying, Geralder?
It's not showing us the drop down options.
Okay.
Show them the drop down arrow. Is what he's trying to.
On the drop down arrow. Is it not showing y'all that?
No, we're not seeing it.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and click on it. Can y'all see that now? Where it says up here at the top?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you have the financial committee consists of Seneschal, Exchequer, and other officers specified below. And you can specify them down here in this area. Or financial committee consists of Seneschal, Exchequer, and all paid members in good standing present at a business meeting. On your next tab, the budget tab, you put in the unrestricted revenue, you will put your events you were doing for the year. If you don't have them up, if you don't have an event this year and you're waiting to get one, that's fine. Whenever you get it, put it there. Scrolling down to expenses, you can put all your officers like we did. put their budgets, and as they use it, which we'll talk about later when you get to your ledger section, it will take from this section and show the variance of how much you've actually used.
Sean, hang on. Benheim Treasurer, do you have a question? Charles?
No, I raised my hand earlier. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. So on your outstandings tab, if I know there was a group that was waiting for a check from last year. If you have that situation, this would be the page that you will put that at, for putting where you're owed from, who you're owed it by, and how much they owed. And then that way it can get taken care of. Don't worry about those. Those are some things I will show y'all later. All right. So this is the page under asset details that you will put that you have an event coming in and what it's from. So Summer Coronet, and you will put your PayPal stuff in here. And I will show, now let me pull that one up. Let me go ahead and show that screen. That way it's a little bit easier to understand what I'm saying. Present sometimes. Window. Okay. Yeah. So on this one, it's owed from SCA Inc. It was earned 2025. Proceeds were from the PayPal information. Oh my Lord. Okay, so under liabilities, this is basically deferred revenue, last year's stuff for events. On your accounts page, this is where you'll put your banking information. If you have a savings account, awesome. Your signatories go under here. This is a quarterly report. So when you're submitting your January stuff, you will have to reconcile your February and March tabs, because if they're not reconciled, it'll throw a yellow tab up and give you a bunch of stuff that's not going to make the account look right when you try and do it. On your assets inventory page, this is where your stuff of value, i.e. trailers, pavilions, stuff that you need to maintain your depreciation on, go at. On your ledger, as long as you're putting in all your ledger stuff correctly, it will fill the form out where you have it at. If you do not put like what day it shows on your statement that it's cleared, I'll show you how that list. It'll be in your transaction list as an uncleared thing. Now, let's say I write a check now. It's going to affect the bank now. It'll affect the budget now. Now will automatically move the funds. You can change it to future if we went ahead and started paying stuff for Summer Coronet. That's going to affect my budget later when the Summer Coronet comes around, and then I can change it later to affect now, if that makes any sense. Whenever you're doing your NMR stuff, I'm going to switch back over to the other one because that makes more sense than what this one is. So this ledger is going to make a little bit more sense for the NMR portion of it. So you go over here on the far right, my budget category was summer coronet. NMR was 200. So both are going to get listed as NMR. I linked this one to row 3 and this one to row 4 because it came in as an income before expenses, and then I sent it out as transfer out within Kingdom to show that the NMR money came in, the NMR money went out, and that will track it later on for society purposes. Now, the 2 pages that will get printed and signed is your balance statement, which mine is inaccurate because I have the 2 false things in there for the class purposes, and your income statement. And these are the only 2 that will get printed, signed, and sent up along with bank statement and all that. Your check ledger and all of that is in this report itself. You also need to send your Excel file to your people.
Okay, so what's going to happen when you file your report? You will print out the income statement and the balance sheet, and that's what will be signed. The check register form, you cannot print that out. It prints up a bunch of garbage. I'm trying to find out if they've changed it so you can actually print up what's.
It's 143 pages.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So don't worry about your check register. It's part of this report. Make sure the balance sheet and the income statement are signed. So for 2026, you do not need to do a signed check register unless I send out a notification stating otherwise. The next.
Yep. So this next tab is the one I actually like a lot. It's your supplies tab. And as y'all see here, I have my complete Exchequer inventory. When I get my other stuff in from my other officers, that will get put in here. But it tells you what I have, the last time it was confirmed I had it, all of my contact information, and then over in additional notes for myself and for whoever takes over from me, I put what box is this stuff in, so that they're not trying to dig through multiple boxes or find stuff when they're clearing out a box and go, oh, there's that. They can already track where it's at. So at the far right of all this is a bunch of forms that you cannot really change much to, but they're there for you to go ahead and check and look through everything. You have a transaction list. This is, you can, Trish, if you wouldn't mind, send out, there's a 40-minute video of the lady
I already
Petra
put it
that
up.
made this. Yeah, that she will talk more in depth about how this form works and what all you can do with it. It's kind of cool.
When you fill out those columns up there, if you select something, because there's a lot of drop downs there, it will filter what you can see on this transaction list. Like if you want to look for just, I love that, budget items. If you want to look at just budget items, go ahead and click on budget items.
All right.
You hit the drop down arrow. Can you, for some reason,
Yep.
the
It's
drop
not
down
showing
arrow.
you drop down.
Yeah,
I'll do summer coronet because I have the most in that one.
right. It automatically puts it only shows you the things that tie to summer coronet. It reorganizes it and just gives you that item. So like when you're going back last year going, oh, hey, what did we spend on this event? You can sort by that budget item and go, okay, we spent $300 on that. So you can find these things a lot quicker than looking in that big giant ledger sheet. This is kind of like, I call it the, quick view sheet.
And then this is your all. So if you have checks on this all checks transfers and they haven't cleared yet, they'll show up on this left side. If they've cleared or haven't cleared, everything's going to show up on the right side, or it should. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever hasn't cleared is going to show up on your left side. And then we have funds transfer. I haven't really messed with this page yet. This one, from what I was seeing, is there is a way to make, like, say next year, there's a way to make my 2026 info pop up into 2025 or into this top screen up here. I'm not savvy enough with this one to mess with that portion of it, but it is a good way to kind of look over everything and see your summary. Then
Okay, so for everybody, go ahead and pop back to that. Do you see all this information that you're seeing here? This is all that falls into the compilation report that Kingdom does to send to society. This is the Doomsday, looks like what the main page of the Doomsday report. That bottom portion stuff is spread out by, admin, is it office and activities, or office, or activity related. That looks like the main page of the Doomsday report.
And then your last page is this one. And I haven't messed with this one yet enough either. But the new form is, as long as you do your ledger correctly and you do your expense categories. I don't know why it's not showing all the drop downs. That's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But all right. Go ahead and stop sharing because don't save. I don't know what I've done in there. Don't save that.
Yeah, I've put the link, the YouTube link. There's a YouTube video. Just so you know, she is very fast. She knows this form. She's popping around. The new form is on SharePoint. I'm going to send out the new form out to everybody. I just have to create the email. And before I do that, I want to create an Ansteorra and Exchequers email group. So that'll probably that will be done tomorrow because I'm a little crispy at this point in time of the day. But yeah, so there is the video. After we get into this a little bit more, we will get into understanding how this works and more of that. They gave us a very short amount of time to get this reported. Yes, I allocated 2 hours. But until you get into it, it's hard to know what your questions are. So please know that, and I'm going to throw Sean under the bus here. Please reach out. Feel free to reach out to Sean. It's my ER deputy. Reach out to me. Reach out to your regionals. In fact, reach out to all of us simultaneously with any questions you have. And, hopefully one of us can get the answer and get it back to you. Because like I said, this was given to us just a few weeks ago.
And I recommend once you get in there, try and break it.
Yes, please try to break it. And if you see something that needs to be fixed, send it to me. There's also a note on there to send it up to Kingdom or Society. Feel free to do that too.
They want to know where this report can be broken at.
Yeah, where it can be broken or where it needs to be fixed. When I was just reviewing it, I found like 3 things that needed to be fixed, in my opinion. It was like, what about this? What about this? What about this? Like, how do you handle this, in this case? The nice thing is they do have a section on there for your assets. Like if you decide to, not destroy them, but basically, dispose of them, it's very easy for you to record that on there. It's not, you have to go to another page. You just go further to the right and there's a column where, a section where you dispose of it, who's approved it, and how it was destroyed. Was it destroyed? Was it donated? There was like several options. I go, what about sold? Why isn't there a sold option? So there's many options going on there. I'm going to go with
Vera was next.
Vera was next.
Yeah, I would just have a question. Is it possible to like highlight in like a yellow color or a different color the items that we are expected to like fill out on a monthly basis, just so it's easier to find? Like I'm talking like bank balance, check register balance, stuff like that. So that way, I understand that we're doing a lot in the spreadsheet, but sometimes it's
Honey, we see the thing is what you're expected to fill out. We can't tell you what you're expected to fill out because we don't know what's going on with each individual group. You just have to go through the form. Start from the left, and quite honestly, you'll skip the instructions. You'll go to the summary. The only thing you'll do on the summary page when you fill out the group is change it for the month that you're doing it through. You're going to have to put that with the group name. Whatever the group name is, put after it dash. And right, you can personally, my opinion is put 01.26, 02.26. You don't have to write out January 26. Make it short and easy, but just a way to know what report you're looking at, because you have to have, this is like the old one. We have to have a cumulative report. We're getting it every month, but this one, the way it calculates via quarter, because that is the requirement of society, but Kingdom we require you to do it every month. And I know the next question that's going to come out of somebody's mouth is, why aren't we doing it quarterly in this Kingdom? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't get you guys to do it monthly. You want me to trust you to do it quarterly? Give me a year of you all filing your reports on a monthly basis, and I will honestly go to bat for that, because quite honestly, I think it would be better if we were only doing quarterly. Anything else, Vera? Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, your hand's still raised. Okay, Finningoff, that's for all done.
Where do the transfers of the depreciable items end up?
That's under assets.
And
The transfers,
how do we transfer in the existing depreciable items?
you're gonna have to manually, you're gonna have to manually record those.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, hopefully the formulas will work the same way.
The formula should work. That, like I said, it's a brand new sheet and set up, hopefully set up. Diego,
Okay, maybe my brain's just not working. So when Sean was doing all that, did the assets and inventory, and then he had like a separate page that was
supplies.
Yes.
supplies.
So your asset inventory is any of your major stuff that is,
Your depreciable items.
and then the supplies form is just everything in your office.
Yeah, it's the stuff. Okay, so let's very easy to do, because I'm just going to base it off of
Oh, there it is. Sorry,
LPs.
I was trying to figure out where that came from. So I was
Yeah. So yeah, your assets in inventory is going to be your big ticket items. Those big ticket over $1,000 items.
Yep.
And everything else that the group has that is, it's usually small. Like Sean had on here, he had like the cash box, the bag, this thing, that thing, all these items. And it's a good thing. It's like, and you have it recorded as who has it. When was the last time you confirmed you had it? That's good. Oh, or did you guys decide to get rid of it? Oh, okay, we decided to get rid of it. Well, Sean as the Exchequer approved it, but his financial policy says it's him and so, they approved to, throw it away because, dear God, that leather satchel is basically falling apart. It's cracked. It's, it's no good anymore, and it can't be salvaged. So you have those options, but the supplies list is for those smaller items that would not be a depreciable asset on a financial statement on the balance sheet. Pardon me.
Trish Mirror has an interesting question in the chat.
I have an adjustment for 2026 of $60 that has been carried over on their part. How do I account for that on the new report, and how do I clear document it so it comes off? You have an adjustment for $60 for 2022?
Yes, I have been clearing stale checks back to 2022 that have been carried over. And then there was also a $60 adjustment that was made in October and not cleared. And I'm thinking, after having rebuilt the register, that it is an accounting error, because we had a canceled event and many refunds because of that. And the Exchequer at that time did not make a register like we do she did it on a month-to-month basis. So she lost track, I think.
Mira, let's me and you get together
Okay.
later, and I'll look at the report, and we'll just between the two of us, and we'll get a final answer on that bad boy, because yeah, the $60 issue is that, and if once I have a better understanding, I can check with corporate and find out how she would like us to fix that, because they are very, very funny, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to state this: they are very, very funny about us making, adjustments to the books. The big thing to understand, everybody, and if you're an accountant or a CPA, they've fully moved us over to an accrual-based accounting. This is what this report is. So you will have on there at all times all your checks active, in whatever shape or form. So I just want you to understand that, for those of us who do accounting on a regular basis, that we are on an accrual basis. And they mentioned it in the video. It's very funny. But Mary, yeah, I'll get together with you. I'm gonna make a note.
Okay.
Make a note. All my follow-ups, and you guys have no idea how long this follow-up list is.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Ravens for it. Let's go with Namron.
I am curious about the new report form because it doesn't have macros. Does anybody know if it's usable in Google Drive?
Yes, it's supposed to be usable in Google Drive.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
Go ahead, Southern.
Yes, I'd just like to say that this thing with Ravensford, I would like to be in on it too.
Okay.
When we do it with her, because it seems very bizarre.
It is very, very bizarre. Southern.
Alright.
I can do that with a scale. That's not a problem. Yeah. So, like I said, when you run into situations like that where you've come across about it, and I'm surprised Ravensford has one, because I'm pretty sure I thought I had caught everything last year, but I could be wrong.
No, this is something I need to get back to her, but I saw that